Hello, my name is Govind Rajan. I'm an anesthesiologist and cardiac intensivist at UCI Medical Center in Irvine, California. Our team, led by otolaryngologist Dr. Brian Wong, would like to share with you all how to convert an ambu bag into a bridge ventilator. As we all know, these are unprecedented times. COVID-19 pandemic is sweeping the world, and by one estimate, we can expect up to 50% of the patients admitted will be needing ventilatory support. In addition, there are patients with diagnoses other than COVID-19 that will also require ventilatory support. Frankly, there are not enough of these high-end ventilators to go around given the circumstances. The proposed ventilator will be a bridge ventilator, which can be used among patients requiring routine ventilatory support at nominal settings for non-ARDS patients and for those needing routine postoperative ventilation. This in turn will ease the demand and thereby free up high-end ventilators for those patients who really need it. For example, patients with acute respiratory distress syndrome and severe respiratory failure. In order to accomplish this, we will need the following supplies. Firstly, an ambu bag or an adult manual resuscitator. They are universally available. A heat moisture exchanger, commonly called the HME, with an inbuilt bacterial and viral filter. Of course, a PEEP valve, which comes with the ambu bag most of the time. A corrugated extension of a breathing circuit. The last but definitely not the least, a bunch of very smart engineers who can turn this idea into reality. Of course, our ultimate goal is to replace the human hand with the machine hand. Now here we have a schematic of an ambu bag which is composed of three major parts. Firstly, we have a patient end with the ambu valve and a place to attach the PEEP valve. Secondly, in the middle, we have the ambu bag which we manually squeeze to deliver the breath. Finally, at the back end of the ambu bag, there is an inlet and reservoir for oxygen. As you can see, the coupling between the bag and the valve normally keeps the ventilatory apparatus very close to the patient. In order to turn it into a ventilator, we will have to insert a corrugated extension tubing at this point of approximately 6 feet in length. This modification will generate enough space so that the ventilator can be placed up to 6 feet away from the patient, as opposed to directly sitting on the top of the patient. In addition, high airway pressure valves and low airway pressure sensors can be placed at the inspiratory end. Now, this is a typical breathing circuit extension, just a schematic. These are cheap and are readily available. The specifications needed at the minimum for this bridge ventilator to work are as follows. It must be able to generate a tidal volume in the range of 200 to 800 cc's to meet the ventilatory needs of most of the adults. In addition, we should be able to apply a PEEP of between 5 to 20 centimeters of water. This can be conveniently achieved by attaching the PEEP valve to the expiratory end of the ambu valve, which is usually the case. The ventilator should be able to deliver the tidal breath with the inspiratory time frame of 0.5 to 2 seconds. And the ventilator should be able to deliver a respiratory rate between 10 to 30 breaths per minute. The HME filter will not only humidify but also act as an efficient bacterial and viral filter and can be attached between the endotracheal tube and the ambu valve. As alluded to earlier, the corrugated extension tubing is inserted to move the ventilatory bellows a convenient distance away from the patient. The ability to deliver varying concentration of oxygen is a pre-configured element of the ambu apparatus. No ventilator is complete without having a high inspiratory pressure pop-off device and an alarm along with a failed ventilation alert mechanism. They are a must. I hope this information goes a long way in helping medical professionals and engineers around the world collaborate and innovate during these trying times. Thank you for your attention and feel free to reach out to me via email, LinkedIn, or Twitter.